Hi, it's Ed Robinson, and this video is going to be very detailed on KVCore, how to create a monthly newsletter. I've been doing it for years before KVCore, and it took me quite a while to get used to actually changing over to KVCore, but I finally did a few years ago. And one of the complaints I had at one of our conferences down south was in, I believe it was in New Orleans. I complained to them that it really was meant for lead generation, which it is. There's no doubt about that. But I'm in my career, I'm repeat and referral. I go after past clients and so forth. So, and they said they're working on that, and they did, and it's better, a lot better than it was. But I have created a monthly newsletter in KVCore with the help of some other software, and I'm going to go through the process and show you how I did it and how easily I can do it in about 45 minutes once a month. Since there will be a few little infomercials in between the stages, I hope you don't mind that, but I am doing this to also let agents know about eXp Realty. So just a heads up, each one is only about a minute and a half long at the very most, but it tells you a little bit about the company. And then each time we do one, I'll go into another segment of creating that newsletter. Okay, here we go. I'll get started right away, and you can see how I create my monthly newsletter, mostly with KVCore. I'd also like to mention that this is lengthy. It's a 45-minute video, and I know that's hard to sit and look at straight, and there's a lot of data there. You might consider doing it in segments, maybe in between each. There's a commercial periodically. You might want to do it in the next commercial or something like that. Okay, I'll call them infomercials. So take your time, because this will allow you to do your own newsletter. And why is it better than the ones that come packaged? Because it's yours. You're designing it with News Canada or whatever news source you want. So you're designing this newsletter, and it's unique to you. And it can be unique to your 55 and plus people, unique to new home buyers. So that's the important part. So be patient, take your time, don't toss this away, and do a little bit at a time. I mean, if you're gung-ho, do the whole thing, okay? But don't lose interest in it, because you'll thank me down the road for doing this with KVCore. Bye now. Here's a sample of the newsletter that I've been doing. And I'll just preview it a little bit here so you can see. I've done a video here that is about the current real estate market, and I can put things across. I'm going to show a little bit about how that video is done. I'm not using BombBomb. I prefer not to. This is a different piece of software that I can explain a little bit later. I put some links in here that I can go into things into the Toronto Real Estate Board's numbers to pull up average prices and market stats and actually search listings. There's another part in here that allows them to click onto Calendly in order to make an appointment if they'd like a free consultation, either by phone or by Zoom. And then I normally put in 5 stories from News Canada. Now, News Canada is a lot of Ontario information that can be also applicable to the rest of Canada, and some of the ones that are applicable, please read the very bottom, because it'll say that it's only applicable in Ontario, but most of them are all across Canada. And I don't have any for the States, but I'm sure in the US there's got to be some free things that you can use, and these are copyright free. These are okay to use. So we have a nice picture and a nice description, how to get your home ready for winter. And everybody's starting to do that now. 10 budget-friendly ways to upgrade energy and save. So these are great stories. I'm going to cover News Canada a little bit also in this this layout of how to create your own program, your own newsletter. Now down here, these are areas around in Toronto that you can click on and go straight to those homes and see the actual MLS listing. I'm just going to scroll right back up to the top again. So that is how the newsletter looks when they get it. All right, now if I click on this here to see this video, I'm also going to come out of the program, and I'm going to go to the program here, and it'll actually... Well, hello, and welcome to my virtual office.
The monthly news released by the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board has been published with the August results. It's extremely detailed, as you can see here on the screen. It's a little too much.
So as you can see, I get pretty detailed on this and so forth. And I like to do an update periodically on what the real estate market is like. And I'm pretty good with iMovie, program with your Macintosh computers, but there's many other movie programs you can use. So let's get started and start making a newsletter out of KVCore's program. Alrighty, here we go.
The thing I love about real estate is you can make whatever you want out of your career. The industry just drew me in. I got licensed at 19 and I've never looked back. At one point, I just had it with all the things that weren't working. I felt like there were hands around the neck of my business. The exciting thing with my pivot to EXP is that I've gotten back to center. My goal is to build my own personal brand, so we're ready for growth.
So let's now log into News Canada. That's www.newscanada.com. And let's take a look at the articles that I'm going to get to put into the newsletter. All of these articles are free copyright. You can use them in all your stories because they're simply advertising by different companies, but it's free and it's the company's responsibilities. So they've been great articles for me for many years. Here we go to News Canada. I'm now logged into newscanada.com. And on the menu bar up here, menu, search, articles, radio, and video. You can select any one of those. I usually go into article. I do my own videos. I prefer to do that. So I'm going to click on the articles here. And this screen comes up with all the different articles, but we can issue some in and out. Let's take a look at what month. Well, I can select October. I can also select September if I want to include 2 months of videos, not of videos, I should say, of articles. So, but I'll just leave it with October. So there I have October selected. And then the next thing is categories. There are a lot of categories and you'll go through these. Maybe you want to send something this month on Halloween and Thanksgiving. In Canada, October, Thanksgiving. In US, it's November. Multimedia, small business, 55 plus. Well, I deal a lot with seniors, so I think I'll select that one. Community affairs just goes down. Business, finance, fire prevention week. Great stories. Do it yourself, home. How about exterior safety? How about home safety this month? And home buyer guide. You want to look at some of these because some of these are companies, real estate companies advertising on here also. And I don't know any details on that. Be interesting to see if it's worthwhile. Language, word count. If you don't want long words, you can stick with short ones. I never really bother. If they're 400 words, I'm okay with that in the actual newsletter. So I have 4 items selected. I usually do 5 items every month. So let's get into Fire Prevention Week. Okay, there we go. So now I can look at these. All the different titles: sustainable home rentals, 4 questions to ask experts before starting, how climate change can affect your home. And what I will do is I'll look at each one, I'll click on the photo, and the photos come with it so you can include them in your newsletter. I'll read the article, take a look down here, and this is by vivainsurance.ca. That's an insurance company in Canada. And who knows, they're probably in the States too. Anyways, I'll read that. I like that article. I'm going to add it to the cart up here. I can download it if I want to, but I prefer to add it to the cart. So I'm just going to close that window. I'll go back to this one, questions to ask before starting. That's a good one, I would think. Let's have a look at that one. Good picture I can include also, and all the information, articles I can use, and that's the same. So let's include that one also. So I've got 2 articles there now. So I'll just close that window, go back to the previous one. A quick guide to mortgage choices for new home buyers. That could be very applicable depending on what you're dealing with, buyers, sellers. Different types of mortgage, closes, portables, assumption mortgages. That's a great article. I think I'll include that one. So I've got 3 articles up here now. And I'll go back now. I'm just going to close that window. And go down more. Get your home winter ready. Oh, that's certainly applicable now. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, let's see. Cooperators.ca. That's a good one. We'll include that one. So I've got 4 articles. I usually bring in 5. And I really, maybe I need another one in here. Let's get rid of all these ones here and see what else I could bring in. And 55 plus upcoming content. Well, small business, agriculture, auto, community affairs, environment and nature. Let's get that one. What does that say? Environment. Well, it's got a few articles here. Oh, there's that Halloween one. Let's take a look at that. That'll be sort of fun because it's October. Yeah, that looks good. So I'll do that. So I got 5 articles now. And that's all that I'm going to need. And I can now tap on my cart up here and go up, and there's my articles that I can email to me. So let's go Ed Robinson. Whoops. And I'll use ed.robinson@exprealty.com. And I always put in the Realty Post. Sometimes I get a small gift from them every year for using them. And I don't put in a date published and so forth. So what I do is I'm going to download these. So I tap here, download, and up will come a download screen. It started, and I'm going to select here. I'm going to go into Documents. I'm going to go into Realty Post, and this is going to be for October. So I'm going to create a new folder. There's all my previous months of Realty Post, for the last few months at least. New folder. We'll call it 2023. And this will be 10, month 10, 01. 01. I say 01 because sometimes I'll do a second one, so I'll have 2 or something else, okay? And now I'm going to save it here. So the download is now started, and it's on its way, and it's already there. I've already got it. So what I'm going to do in the next one is I'm going to go in about how to prepare the email and edit your articles properly and get them ready to put them into the newsletter. There you go. That's working with News Canada.
Imagine a world created for connection. Welcome to our world. EXP World.
Welcome to EXP World.
EXP, created for connection.
So we're making great time here. We've got our stories, we've got everything downloaded. Now let's go in and clean up the download and get rid of the stuff we don't need and the stuff we do need and some other suggestions we might want to do inside of those folders. So we're going to go in and take a look at the folder system that I'm using. You'll use your own system, whatever you want to work, as long as you can, the idea of what to do once these photos and articles are downloaded. We want to do some moving things around to keep them in proper order. I'm very fastidious about my folders. Only the things I need go in there. That's why I've never had a problem with disk space. I just delete the garbage I don't need. So I'm going to get rid of some stuff that we don't need when we do the download and so forth. So let's just watch this short video and you'll get an idea on, or you'll know exactly what to do to get ready to upload the articles and the photos into your newsletter. Now we're inside of our folder for our October newsletter. As in the left column, you can see 2023-10/01. And there's a few months before. I've deleted all of last year's. And inside of each one is all the documents that happened in that particular month. I'll just scroll through them here. And there's the one that we just saw at the very first of this video of the document. So here we are, and it's downloaded here as a zip file. A zip file is simply compressed in order to download it faster. So it may be one big file or a whole bunch of files together. This one happens to have one folder with a whole bunch of folders for 5 articles inside of it. I'm going to double click on the zip file, which is what you'll do when you do this, and up will come all those documents. And the cloud there shows that it's being downloaded. There, they're all downloaded already. And inside of each of these is the photo and the document inside of each one. You can go through if you know how to do it. If some of these photos need brightening, darkening, I can do that. And so can you if you have some experience at it. Maybe I'll do a lesson on that in another video. I do find it, when I'm uploading it, easier to have them all together. So I normally will take this and I'll grab these two and drag them back to where the zip folder is. Go to the next one, I'll drag it back. Makes it easier when I'm uploading these documents into my newsletter. And I'll do each folder, it doesn't take long, and you'll see what I mean when it's done. Just makes life a little simpler and not as confusing. So I can grab all of those, and I'm going to delete those. They're gone. And I'll delete this folder. It's gone. I don't need that anymore. And down here is the zip file, so I'm going to delete that also. It's gone. So here's all my documents. That's all that I need right now to do everything. And then I'll go back over here, and all my other documents are there. I'm just showing you this small portion as it makes it simpler to understand it while I'm doing it. So now I'm ready to upload these to my newsletter. And in the next video, we're going to go in and actually do that in KVCore, create the actual newsletter basically from scratch. I'll give you a rough idea, and then I'll show you my template, and we'll actually use my actual template. And this will actually be my October newsletter to my clients and contacts, okay? So we'll back with some more very shortly.
So I worked at Windermere Real Estate, which is a great company, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and had a really great career with Windermere. And I learned about EXP, and I was intrigued. I wanted to find out what is a cloud-based brokerage. What do you mean you log in as an avatar? And the more I learned about the company, the more impressed I was, because there's so many features. We do log into a cloud office as avatars, and the collaboration is amazing. The support, the classes, everyone's really helpful. Everybody's really interested in seeing everyone else be successful, and I was really impressed with that. And my career now just feels re-energized. EXP has showed me how to build a team, and so I have buyer's agents, and that's been really exciting and interesting to work with other agents and have my own team. And EXP also offers a rev share component, and that's really great, because at Windermere I felt like I was just living paycheck to paycheck and just kind of like a dead end style of career, and that gets kind of discouraging and frustrating sometimes. And with EXP we have stock. I own stock in my own company, which is really cool and very satisfying. And overall, it's just been a really fantastic experience. I'm also definitely plugged into the current technology, and so I'm able to serve my buyers and my sellers at a better, higher level. And it's just very, very satisfying. And if you haven't checked out the company or looked into it, I really encourage you to go to exprealty.com and learn more about the company. You'll be glad you did.
So finally, we're all ready to go in and actually do the newsletter. We've got the documents we need, we've got the photos we need, and just an overview. I've created a template for my newsletter, and I simply duplicate the template every month when I'm doing it. So I already have the layout. So I'm going to go over the layout with you and actually create a new newsletter. And it'll have a video at the top that'll be embedded into the code. And I'll show you how to do that. You can use BombBomb. I don't. I prefer another piece of software I have, and I'll explain that to you also. Anyways, so let's get started with actually putting all this stuff into the newsletter and then get it emailed off to our clients or whoever else you're sending it to. Either as a mass email, or you can take a part of it and do an individual email to someone in particular with the video if you want to. Okay, so let's get started. I now have KVCore open, and I have marketing selected in the left column. If you don't see it, you might have a look at your little hamburger up here, and click on that and it'll expand it. Now when I select marketing, I'm going to go to Smart Campaigns. Click on Smart Campaigns and you'll have 3 selections up here. So you'll see a pre-built ones in that they use, default after buyer, default new lead, and it will create a campaign with those for those people. Here's the KVCore library of all the other programs you can use while you're doing it for lead generation. But I'm going to go into templates. And in templates, here are my templates. Now how I differentiate, and I think this is important, is on mine, I put a little asterisk beside the ones, my templates that I've created. Let me just scroll up to the very bottom and you'll see the ones that come with the program, and they don't have the asterisk. That means that that's done by KVCore. But you can clone those and modify that particular one to what you want. You can't change the actual one, but you can clone it, rename it, and use it. So some I have cloned. So I'm going to scroll up, back up to the top again. So now I'm at the top or near it, and you'll see as I scroll here that I'm going to come into the realty post, and it's right there. And there's 07, 08, and 09. So July, August, and September. I delete the older ones so I don't have to do so much searching. So we saw this one at the very first. I'll just open it up and you can have a look at it. And that's the one you saw at the very first where I showed you the video. And I can go through it, edit it, do what I want with it in here. And I'm going to show you how to build this from a template that I've created. I'll just close that window. Every time you close a window in KVCore, it's going to say, "Are you sure you want to?" So when I go back down here and into the realty post, I'm going to see a template. So realty post template. I created that for myself so that I could just redo it every month with the basics. So let's go in and I'm going to play around with that just to show you how to create it. So you can start it from scratch. I'm going to edit it. And this is in the advanced editor. There's a basic editor, which is just very plain email. But this is the advanced one, which has all these options on the side here. So let's take a look. The first one here, up top up here, you might want to make your own header. And how you would bring that in then is you would grab this row here and drag it in, and then you would pull in a picture, an image, like so. And then I would go and browse, or I would drag it from my computer onto here. So I'll just delete that, so as I don't want it in mine. This is my actual newsletter template already. Now in here, if I'm going to use it, I would put a video in there. Now you have a few options with that. And I'll just maybe I'll just create a brand new one. I'll drag a row in here and show you what I mean. Excuse me. So in this one here, I can go through here and look at the content. It's transparent, or I can make it have a background if I want, or I don't want that there, but I want the user area there to be a background. I can change that. So anyways, we won't change it. We'll just leave it the way that it is. Let's go into content. Now, if I want to do a video, I can pull this one in here, and then I can use KVCore videos. Pardon me. I can use a video from YouTube or Vimeo, but it can't be private ones. It has, or unlisted ones. It has to be the full video, which I'm not happy with because I don't like too much of putting things out that everybody can add advertising in front of me. So I don't use that very much, but so I'll just delete that one. And in this one here, I have a couple of other options that I like to use. And I'll just go back to content. And in this content for this one, I'll just pull my window up a little bit here so you can see more. I can bring in a KVCore video. And if you've used it, then you know how it works. We just drag it over and drop it in there. But I do something else. I put in HTML code. This is a little bit advanced. You don't have to use it. Just go with KVCore if you want. I'm not a really big KVCore fan because it is BombBomb, and it's the most basic BombBomb you can buy. So I use another piece of software that actually cost me less than the advanced BombBomb. So I just drag it in here, and then excuse me while I go up here, and I'm going to go into that particular software company that I use for my videos. And I'll pull up some widgets here. And here's a lot of the widgets that I've used all the way around and so forth. Let's just grab this one here. I'll take that one, and I want to click share, and I'm going to copy the email code. So this there, and it's copied down here. I could just send it by regular email. I can just share the link if I want, or I can download a GIF. I'll close that here, and I'm going to go back. And I'm going to now, it says that HTML block, that's that block I just dragged in. Over here is the HTML code. I'm going to select what's in there and delete it and paste in the code I just copied from that company. And in comes this code with this video. So this is really nice. I like this video. And the reason I like this company also with their video is that I can attach documents to it. I could actually attach an offer to it, a listing to it, and give a video on top of it, and it is attached to that actual video. Every other one that you use on these videos, you go to the video, but you got to go back to the email to get any attachments. And there are no attachments in KVCore. I've complained of that, and I don't think we're ever going to see it. And I think it's important to have attachments. Anyways, down here, in here, these are a different, I'm going to put another row in just to duplicate that. And I'll put it in here. And so on that run down there, scroll up here, and there's 3 here. And in there, you can take and you can drag in, I want an image in this one, I want an image in this one, and I want an image in this one. And maybe I want to do 3 below it, and it would be a description of what those images are. So you can drag around and do whichever one you want. You can pull icons in there. You'll understand that more as you get into this. So I'm just going to delete that because I don't need it. So that now if we go down here, this is just another block. And what I've done is I've dragged in a row here. And then I put in content, I put in an image. And this is an image. And when I put the image in there, I put in the link to the image to the link goes automatically because it's embedded right in KVCore. But then I put the image URL down here, which takes someone right to my calendar if they wanted to make an appointment. So I'll just delete that. Now then below here, I'm going to put in five articles. I'm going to put the title there. I'll drag the picture here, and I'll paste the text in there. I'll massage the text and work on it. I'll do item 2, title 2, title 3. So these are the 5 new articles that we just downloaded that I'm going to bring into here. So then you can do anything in here that you want. I dragged in here, and this is just a black background with white text. And in case you're curious about the Greater Toronto Area, always good to see what's available. You can click on any one of these and it'll take you automatically. And again, you see that's the 3 blocks there. And I put the text in there, and each one of those text links there has its own URL code. It would take it to all the 4 homes for sale in Forest Hill North, or Forest Hill South, Guildwood Village, Highland Creek out in Scarborough area, Malvern, northeast Toronto, Markham, straight north of Toronto, Mississauga, West End. And then I put in, just for qualification, Toronto Real Estate Board, Canadian Real Estate Association, and Ontario Real Estate Association. So I put those 3 in there just to qualify that, yes, I'm with those boards and in good standing. So that's the layout, and I would simply duplicate that. So I'm just going to cancel that because I don't want to save it. And by the way, as you do the newsletter, I would really suggest that you save it periodically as you're going along. And when you do, you might come back and you may have to refresh your screen up here in order to bring up the updated one that you've done. Don't be surprised if that happens to you, okay? So also, if I want to, I can just go up here and type in Realty Post. And all that'll come up are just ones that are my Realty Post newsletter, so I don't get all the other ones confused. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I will be duplicating the Realty Post template here. I'll clone it, I should say, and create the same as these ones here, showing Realty Post 2023/10 for the month of October. So now I'm going to select the template and I'm going to clone it, my Realty Post template, and I'm going to name it Realty Post 2023/10. And down here, this is Ed's Realty Post. This is what the client sees, the subject. This is the template name here, of course. Realty Post, and I'm going to put down October 2023. So that's what the clients are going to see when they get the newsletter. I would suggest you clone it right away, because if you make a mistake and want to undo it, you may lose it all. So let's just clone that template. And you may not see it when you get right here, as I said, because the refreshing in KVCore doesn't seem to refresh immediately. So I'm just going to, I've still got it in there, but I'm going to do a new search for it, and it should show up now. So 2023/10, I made a typo in there. So I got to go in and edit that. Yeah, that's a long ways away. So, okay, there, I would suggest updating it again, as I've just done, and you'll still see the bad one there. So let's just do a refresh on that. Here, refresh it again, and we should see 2023/10 right there. So now we can go in and edit that, since we have it all ready to go ahead and bring in all our information. So let's open up a Realty Post for October. Edit. Excuse me. And everything's named properly up here. And I'm going to put a video in here. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to use my own HTML code in there. And I'll put in that video. I'll be doing a brand new video for this, of course. This will all stay the same. But now I want to bring in the first article that I'm going to use. And I'm going to have to go over here to bring up this, and there's all my newsletters. Here's the documents, and let's take the first picture right here, the pumpkin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is drag the pumpkin over to here, and there's the pumpkin. And now I'm going to open the text. I'll just double click and open it up, and I'm going to take a look to see if there's anything on there that I should take out. So what I have to do with News Canada is I must always put, there are a couple of things to do. The one that I like the best is to put it in the header, NC, which they require, NC right there. I prefer about a 14 size font. And it's sort of funny about the fonts with KVCore. seems to do what it wants to do. I'm going to Command X or Control X on Windows. I'm going to take out the header, and I'm going to go to the top up here, and I'm going to take out everything but the 1. That way I don't lose the font, and then I'll delete the 1. So the ultimate green Halloween hacks, and there's the story. I might go through the story and make sure I'm not allowed to change them. I got to use exactly what they are. But if I found something, I would probably do that before getting to this point to make sure I was happy. So that's article number 1 brought in. So let's go back to here, and whoops, let's just go. This is tricky because I'm trying to get it all in the screen that I'm recording here. So let's go into picture 2. So the second one here. Let's just take that photo. That's the one on the roof there. We'll drag it over, drop it into that box. Remember, that's the image box. And then the same thing. We want to go back and get the no. It thought I was wanting to quit, and it always checks to make sure, which is probably a good idea. So this one here, and I'll just grab all of that. Command C on Mac, Control C on Windows. Go back here. I'm going to select all, Command A, delete them, and paste in the new text. And I'm going to triple click on that line, Control or Command X. I'll delete, make a space. There's the NC required. I'll select all again. I'm going to make it a font size of 14. And up here, I'll delete everything but the 2 so I can save the size of the font. Delete there. I don't like that with the second line that way, so I'll do a return and make it into 2 lines. With the second line, luckily here, a little bit shorter than the top line, which is, I think, perfect, and there's all my article in there. Okay, now I've got 2 articles. I think I might save this now to make sure that I've got what I want. And by the way, some of these little lines you drag in, it's the same thing. You just drag in a row, and then when you drag it in the row, you simply pull in a divider, which is exactly what that is. And then you can go into that divider, and you can change the color or the thickness if I want to make it really thick or really small, like so. So now I'm going to pull in Article 3, 4, and 5, but I'm going to do it in really fast on this video so that you're not bored stiff watching it. So I'll just go ahead and do it, but you'll see it being done very quickly, as I'm not going to be making any sound at all when I do it, and I'll be doing it at a very high speed. Here's our newsletter, and it's all done. We've got everything in place, all the extra things that we put in, like making an appointment, all our videos, our pictures. I have to still do the video. Let's have a preview of it. So click on preview, and now we can call it up and see how it's going to look in their email. You also have the option up in the upper left to, when you get back to the upper left, of sending it as a test email. And I would always do that. Always send it as a test email to make sure that everything's going to be okay. On the bottom down here, I've put in a lot of the municipalities. Click on a link and you will automatically go there, see all the homes for sale, how much they are. Let's go into Brampton and see what's happening in that area, all the homes. And of course, this is KVCore's website also. So that's a part of KVCore, which is amazing. Let's have a look at it on mobile. So here we are seeing how's it going to look when they look at it on the phone, or on their Android or their iPhone or whatever other type of tablet that they might be using. So very handy to have everything there that they want. So there's your email. The only part now I have to do more of is to put in the video just below my name and information there, which I'll wait until next week, which will be October 2023. And we'll bring in all the September results, and I'm going to do a separate email with all those results. So that's your whole thing done. Your complete newsletter with KVCore, start to finish, is about 45 minutes once you get used to it. And I can certainly, if I afford 45 minutes once a month, to make sure that I keep in touch with my clients. And that's why I do repeat and referral because I'm dealing with the same people all the time. And I prefer that in my business anyways, than bringing new people in. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something from it. Bye-bye and all the best to you.
Welcome to the world of eXp Realty, the future of real estate. At eXp Realty, we're revolutionizing the way agents connect, collaborate, and succeed. We've built a global community of agents who work together in a virtual, immersive workplace, uniquely headquartered in the metaverse, truly revolutionizing the real estate landscape. At eXp Realty, we believe that the future of real estate is digital. We're leading the charge in that direction on a global scale. But eXp Realty isn't just about the technology. We believe in fostering a strong sense of collaboration and community. And as an agent-owned company, we offer an unparalleled opportunity to grow, succeed, and build generational wealth like never before. Our revenue sharing program allows agents to earn additional income by attracting new and productive agents to the eXp Realty family. We also offer equity opportunities in the form of stock shares purchased at a discounted rate or earned through benchmark achievements. Whether you're an experienced agent looking for a dynamic and supportive community or someone considering a career in real estate, eXp Realty is the place where agents succeed together. Welcome to the future of real estate. Welcome to eXp Realty.